Florida's service sales coach, Joe Crisara.
Welcome to the Service MVP Podcast, the show that helps home service professionals master high-value sales, build stronger client relationships, and grow their business like never before. Join industry experts as they share real strategies that drive results. If you're ready to level up your service game, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
It's the Service MVP Podcast.
It sounds like your family is wired that your focus was not on the challenges. It's like, okay, my son is born with vision deficiencies, or he's blind. When you told me your right eye has a 2200 vision, and your left eye you cannot see out of it whatsoever. There had to be a lot of times where you could just be like, man, I got to find a job where, something where I don't have to, because plumbing, it's a lot of visual aspect of it. And back then it was soldering or pounding those lead joints with the oakum and all that kind of stuff. Tell us how your father or your parents guided you through this journey. It sounds like you had a tremendous amount of support. Was that part of what was helping you with that challenge when you were younger? Tell us about that.
Oh, absolutely. My dad was a monumental support, mentor in my life, and as well as my mom. I was a mama's boy. I hate to admit it, but if she was still here, I still am a mama's boy.
Wow.
And I guess in a lot of ways, I didn't know any different. I really wasn't given a chance. I mean, handed a shovel and told where to dig, and I dug and learned how to glue pipe together. And luckily I missed a lot of the cast iron era, although I have poured a handful of lead joints in my life. Soldering was always a challenge for me. When I plumbed the new houses with my dad, and I'd basically do a lot of the prep and fitting and let him come by and solder. When I had to solder, I could do it. Not being able to drive, I always had a driver with me, and I would tell my wife or my partner who was driving me that when that turns a certain color, okay, I want the lightest blue part of my tip. That's the hottest in the torch. I want that right there on it, on the bottom side. And when you see about a 1/2 inch of solder flow or 3/4 inch of solder flow, I knew when it was done. And I did them. I probably have only soldered maybe 1,000 joints in my life, and probably had about 20 leaks. Just because I didn't do enough of it to be very proficient at it.
Yeah. Well,
But I do love ProPress, for the record.
Well, of course, I think that's a great solution for people who have visually impaired, for sure. Because for sure it makes it a more serious. But I will say this: it sounded like not a lot of focus on the challenge. And by the way, I want everybody to know, Bob, tell us about he owns a Mr. Rooter franchise, and Mr. Rooter of Pittsburgh. Not only does he just do plumbing, he does it very well. I want to make sure that we all know that Bob isn't just some plumber who came on the show to talk about his challenge. I want to talk about the victory too a little bit. Where does your team rank? And you said the Mr. Rooter franchise system. There's hundreds of franchises of Mr. Rooter. But where does your franchise rank, Bob? You want to tell everybody that?
So there's about 300 Mr. Rooters throughout the country. We lingered right around the top 3 or 4. There's a couple of PE groups that stepped in the game, and they're just dominating it. But for individually owned, we're probably 3rd or 4th right now. I've been one, facing the economy and times I've dropped down, but have about 60 employees. Have 4 locations: Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Weirton, West Virginia, and Morgantown, where WVU is. And I have a shop in Erie, Pennsylvania as well.
Well, it sounds like the grass doesn't grow under your feet very, very easily. You're somebody who is in motion and always moving forward, as they say, right?
Absolutely. I'm a firm believer, like being the hardest train to stop is one that's moving.
Thank you for listening and watching the Service MVP podcast. I want to give you a copy of my free book. Just click on the link below in the description, and one will be sent to you from me personally. Thank you so much for listening.